Alright, let's talk about why Nasty C isn't just another name on a playlist. We're going to break down how one artist managed to fundamentally shift the tectonic plates of an entire genre. To truly understand his impact, you have to remember the landscape of South African hip-hop before he arrived. It was a vibrant scene, full of talent, but often defined by a specific sound. There were the Kwaito-infused legends, the conscious lyricists, and the high-energy party starters. The scene was strong, but it was also fragmented, with artists often staying within their established lanes. There was a palpable hunger for a new voice, someone who could bridge the gaps and take the sound to a place it had never been before. We're talking about why Nasty C is undeniably one of the most pivotal artists in the history of South African hip-hop. This isn't about hype or temporary fame. This is about a legacy carved out in real time. A story of an artist who didn't just join the game, he rewrote the rulebook. First up, let's make this crystal clear. Nasty C didn't just pop up out of nowhere. His ascent felt meteoric, but it was built on years of relentless, almost obsessive dedication that started long before the world knew his name. Born in Sikayasizwe, David Jr. Inkobo in Diepkloof, Soweto, and raised in Durban, his journey began in the most humble of settings. He got his first production software from his older brother, and that was it. The spark was lit. He dropped his debut mixtape, One Kid, 1,000 Coffins, at just 15. 15. Let that sink in. While most of us were stressing about algebra homework and navigating high school social circles, he was in his bedroom studio, crafting intricate rhyme schemes and wrestling with complex themes of mortality, ambition, and the pressures of his environment. The project was raw, the production unpolished, but the potential was undeniable. It was the sound of a prodigy finding his voice, a kid with the lyrical maturity of a veteran, already hungry to shake the game. Now, I remember the exact moment the game changed. It was the sound of Juiceback hitting the airwaves. That track wasn't just a song, it was a sonic boom. The beat was menacing, a creeping, confident bass line that felt both distinctly South African and globally relevant. And then, his voice cut through. Effortlessly cool, with a flow that was slick, intricate, and packed with a level of self-assurance that was just staggering for a 19-year-old. That track wasn't just a local banger, it became an anthem. It was everywhere. It put Nasty C on the map, not just in South Africa, but across the entire continent. But he didn't stop there. The remix? That was a masterstroke of strategic genius. Featuring Nigerian superstar Davido and South African titan Casper Nyovest? This wasn't just a remix, it was a coronation. It was a declaration that he could stand shoulder to shoulder with the biggest names in Africa. By bringing together West and South, he was signaling his ambition. It was an instant classic, a move that cemented his status and showed he was thinking bigger than just his own backyard. It's not just about the hits though, it's what those hits represented. He was already bridging borders, building a Pan-African sound that would become his signature. Let's talk albums, because this is where you see the artist, not just the hitmaker. Bad Hair and its extended version, Bad Hair Extensions, weren't just albums, they were cultural movements. Released in 2016, Bad Hair gave us the raw, unfiltered Nasty C. It was hungry, honest, and unafraid. The title itself was a metaphor for imperfection and authenticity in a world obsessed with a polished image. Tracks like Hell Nah became defiant anthems for anyone who'd ever been doubted. He was talking about his struggles with newfound fame, the pressures, the fake friends, all with a vulnerability that was rare. Then, Strings and Bling took it even further. If Bad Hair was the raw talent, Strings and Bling was the polished masterpiece. That album is a masterclass in versatility and artistic growth. It achieved double platinum status, but its real success was in its depth. He can drop ferocious, braggadocious bars on tracks like King, making you feel invincible. And then, on the very same album, he can flip the switch and give you SMA, a painfully honest and relatable story of a relationship falling apart. That track, featuring Rowleen, became a phenomenon because it was so real. He wasn't just a rapper anymore, he was a storyteller, capable of capturing complex emotions. This duality is his power. But here's the real secret sauce, the move that took him from African superstar to global contender. Nasty C has never stayed in one lane. His ambition was always international. This culminated in him signing a major deal with the legendary Def Jam Recordings. Yeah, that Def Jam. The house that Russell Simmons and Rick Rubin built. The label of LL Cool J, Public Enemy, and Jay-Z. This wasn't just a record deal, it was a validation of his talent on the highest possible level. It sent a message to the world. South African hip-hop is here, and it demands to be heard. He's collaborated with the best, and each collaboration feels intentional. Working with a trap pioneer like T.I. on Zulu Man with Some Power was a nod to his influences and a sign that he could hold his own with a legend. Hopping on a track with R&B soulstress Ari Lennox showed his melodic sensibilities and his appeal beyond pure hip-hop. He's made tracks that smash charts, but he's also dropped verses that make you stop, rewind, and really think. He's not afraid to experiment with his sound, his delivery, or his subject matter. He's always pushing boundaries, refusing to be boxed in. And I can't talk about Nasty C without mentioning his impact outside of the recording booth. He's repping South Africa on global stages, not as a novelty, but as a headline-worthy artist. He's winning awards, performing at massive festivals, and sitting down for interviews on platforms like Sway in the Morning, where he delivered a freestyle that left veterans of the industry speechless. He's showing the world that South African hip-hop is world-class, innovative, and commercially viable. But what I love most, what might be his most profound legacy? He's inspiring the next generation. He created the Ivyson Tour, building his own platform to connect directly with his fans, creating a brand that stands for youthful energy and ambition. Young people see someone who looks like them, sounds like them, and comes from a background they recognize. They see him and understand that you can dream big no matter where you come from. He makes it tangible. His story is about resilience. It's about an unwavering belief in your craft, even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. It's about putting in the 10,000 hours in a dark room so you can shine under the brightest lights. And let's be real, his technical skill is just different. The flow is liquid. The way he rides a beat, weaving in and out of pockets with intricate internal rhymes and unexpected cadences, is something you can't teach. It's pure, natural talent honed by years of practice. He raised the technical bar for lyricism in the mainstream. He changed the sound, he changed the business, and he changed the mindset for an entire generation of artists. He proved that you could be vulnerable and strong, local and global, a lyricist and a hitmaker all at the same time. That's not just changing the game, that's what greatness looks like.